Why, hello there, and welcome to another Hot Pocket. I am with my old partner, Mr. Edward Trotz. How are you, sir?
You all right, mate?
Why, yes, Edward. I'm just dandy. How about we kick off with some news?
I can kick off with some news. I'll tell you what, I've got some really good news to start it off, if you'd like.
Are we starting off with, obviously, the big thing? I thought we'd do that at the end of the news.
What's the big thing?
What do you mean? We're not asking that question, and obviously the big thing is the big thing. Well, actually...
No, no, not that big thing. No,
right.
Something else that you don't know about.
Oh, okay. Go on. Oh, is it news, though? Or is it just...
Yeah, well, it's news for me.
What the fuck is it? You got
Say hello.
Hi there. What's its name?
Her name is Wanda.
Wonder.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a very... That's adorable.
Obviously, nothing could ever replace Elton, but it's a bit quiet without him. So
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Is that one... Can you tell if that one's more or less of a dick than Frank is?
Well, apparently, ginger female cats are actually quite rare, it seems. Like, about 20%, I think.
Wow.
But especially to be, like, completely ginger all over, no white patches.
No white patches, yeah.
Apparently, ginger cats are supposed to be quite calm, collective and caring.
Good.
Yeah, so there we go. Hopefully she'll be more of a pussy and less of a growler.
Okay.
Won't you?
Well, that's good, isn't it?
Yeah.
Were you just holding her under the desk?
Yeah, she sat on my desk, yeah.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah. So
Oh, the hat's off!
Oh, no, look, my
branding's
hair.
gone out the window and everything.
It's so bloody warm out, and
Yeah.
I'm sweating so much because I've been out, obviously, to, well, we'll talk about that in a minute.
Yeah, by the way, everyone listening, Ed produced a cat. Not himself.
8-week-old kitten.
An 8-week-old kitten. Wow.
Yeah.
What a cutie.
And
Lovely.
now she's attacking my headphones.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to be radio silent for a bit, aren't you?
I'm sure we'll find something for her to do.
Well,
right, anyway, continued.
Well, actually, you continue, because the first point I've got here is marked COVID. I don't think I'm aware of any COVID news this week, apart from local news says that my hospital is closing down wards because of COVID spikes.
Yeah.
So, yeah, carry on. You've put some articles in here.
Yeah, it is a lot of hospitals are, as you say, they're struggling with COVID spikes. They're introducing their own mandatory rules to wear masks rather than NHS governed rules to wear masks. And to top it all off, it seems that now the government have stopped their rules on COVID sick pay for NHS staff. So before, if they were positive with COVID, they would be able to get the time off and it'd be paid leave.
Yeah. Okay.
But now they're like, no, not anymore. It's just like being sick, really. So
also, obviously, there's another point here you marked, which is vulnerable patients don't want to go to hospitals now.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, because of the spikes and the lack of people wearing masks. Vulnerable patients, they don't actually want to go into hospitals. Which is great, isn't it?
I remember the olden days when most of the deaths caused by COVID were caused by people who went into hospital for unrelated things. And that's when the COVID wards and everything like that were made, and centres and hotels were taken over to try and separate everything. But here we are, back at it. Who'd have thunk it? We've also got here underwater drones used for drug smuggling seized. Now, I've had a look at this article, and when I read that article, because Ed put it in there, I, in my head, was thinking, like, License to Kill. James Bond.
Yeah.
When they've got literally, as you described right here, it's like an underwater submarine with a hat on the back, and you got wrapped up cocaine and stuff inside. I was thinking literally, oh my god, they've actually finally done it and made them. But there's two things: they look much shitter than that, and they, even though they were seized, they weren't actually used. They were on shore. They just found them.
Wasn't one of them a drone containing bits of another drone to finish and build or something like that as well? Yeah.
So yeah, it's all a bit of a hodgepodge, as you would probably imagine.
I know you shouldn't say this because it's drug smuggling. Drugs are bad, but that's clever.
It's really good, right?
It's clever.
The thing is, they can carry a payload of 20 kilos, and I don't know if that's including the battery or not. But they were from Morocco, or at least they were going to be released around Morocco area, and they would have to make it over the ocean to us. I don't know how much battery you would need for an underwater drone like that to, go. I don't know how well they were thought about it, basically, is what I'm saying. But I hope that they, get it all sorted and it's all successful in future.
Good luck, guys. Good luck.
Yeah, go on Dragon's Den with that. Right. And you know what? Let's back up a little bit before we go into old Bojo's situation, because there is an article here which is being dwarfed, of course, by the current governmental stuff. But that is that there was a shooting in Denmark, 3 people dead at a Copenhagen shopping mall. Several killed, it says now. So maybe there's live updates coming through from that as people who have been injured pass. But obviously that's like there was protests and all sorts of stuff like that, and someone just pulled a gun out and started going crazy. Now, obviously, terrible news. Don't want that happening anywhere. You never hear about anything bad happening really in most European countries, especially not like this. Apart from France, they're all fucked. But Copenhagen is a lovely city, and to hear that is quite polarizing. Moreover, this is more important news than Boris, I would say. I think I would probably rather know about these sorts of things than...
It always happens, though, doesn't it? Always happens.
I don't fully take that back, but I understand the opposing debate, which is the leader of one of the most powerful countries in the world has fucked himself up. So that I understand is extremely large news. My point is, this should also be on the front page somewhere, and it's fucking not.
It's people's lives, for crying out loud.
Exactly. Yeah. So there you go. Now you guys know as well. It looks like obviously everything's down now. Let's just see if we can round it off. He seemed very aggressive, says someone. I can assume they probably would seem aggressive. He is just shooting into the crowd, not up into the ceiling or the floor. That's why people died. No, this article's written by it's by a Reuters article. I've not really looked at much of their stuff before, but it's not really the best. The suspect will face preliminary questioning. He's in for questioning. So he's obviously been caught. I don't know why they're going to question him. Fucking hang him. Right. Now, Ed, would you like to kick us off, please? Let's talk Bojo.
Okay, right. What are we going to start with? The amount of people that resigned over the past couple of days?
What is the total? Let's just talk basic first. Like someone who's been living under a rock, or maybe doesn't live in England, and it's not maybe common knowledge yet. But our Prime Minister Boris Johnson, basically, I would say I think 96% of his own cabinet left him. Because of another scandal, right? Which was one of his MPs touching up a gay man and then being very pushy, told Boris was there, knew about it, didn't do anything about it, didn't apologise.
Gave him a job.
Gave him a job, didn't even say, probably best not do that, mate, because, we're the face of the country. And it's not nice.
No.
So he wiped that brushed that under the carpet, and then all the people in his cabinet just started leaving, just like, yeah, this guy really is a piece of shit. It came as a real big shock to me as well, because of course we just had a vote of no confidence that passed. Sorry, that didn't pass. So
yeah.
It seemed really weird that like less than a week later, all his old cabinet, which they just had the chance to get him out.
It's ridiculous the amount of people that resigned. Then Gove was sacked as well for not having any confidence.
Yeah.
Some of them, but definitely people I couldn't care less about. But I mean, it's ridiculous. There's so the amount of people that have left. I'm sure they'll come back afterwards.
Oh yeah.
But it's the way his stance was almost like Trumpian. It's like, no, I'm not going to move. You'll have to drag me out.
Yeah,
is effectively what he was like. He's like, look, no one wants you there.
What he said, you're going to have to dip your hands in blood before
or something.
remove.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, so over 30 people in the cabinet relieved themselves of their position. And he currently is not the leader of the Conservative Party, but he is still the Prime Minister for the time being. So I don't really know what that means, but I think what it means is they're going to find someone suitable to replace him ASAP. He's going to try and hang on his position for over the summer period. He, during his speech, I don't have the old transcript in front of me. Did you listen to the speech that he did?
I haven't listened to it. No, at all.
No. I mean, it's just what you think it is. Fucking drivel. It's all lies. Yeah. And he's sucking up and being like, oh, it's so swell to see you go. Yeah, all right, mate. Shouldn't have fucked up literally everything that you could have done.
Didn't he end it with something stupid like "boys be boys" or something like that?
No,
I can't remember what it was.
That's exactly what I'm going for. I'm trying to remember. He doesn't say them's the rules, but he says them's the plan, or them's the B, or something like that. But it's just like he's trying to be hip or something. I don't know. Either way, yeah. Wow. What a turnout. I'm going to go on to the opposing side of this for a moment, being someone that did elect him in. I'm sure most of you know. And I read a tweet earlier. I've openly said here before that I've voted him in over Jeremy Corbyn back in Dare. And I've also openly said, yeah, he's changed a bit since we voted. Now, if I look back at that, I might rethink about my choices. But hey, you have to choose what on face value, don't you? Unfortunately, that's the problem with these sorts of things. But I saw a tweet, and this is where I get defensive, but it's a talking point. And of course, Ed, I would like to hear your side of it as well. Not going to name who said this. We don't follow them or anything. They're not a member of our community. I just saw it under the hashtag. If you're a Tory voter, you have no right to criticise Boris Johnson. It was your short-sightedness and stupidity. When everyone else knew he was just a dangerous, incompetent joke from the start that got us into this mess in the first place. I disagree. You fools.
I disagree. I mean, did we? Did you? Did you vote when you voted? Was he Prime Minister?
No, he wasn't at the time. No, I didn't know. I mean, all the only thing that we knew was what the job he did as mayor of London, which actually, apart from spending a load of money on bendy buses and bicycles that people stole, wasn't too bad. But let's not go into it too far, I guess, because I don't know that much about it.
But if there's a party that you've had confidence in enough to vote, and then you saw it go down the shitter, it's not your fault that it's gone down the fucking complete shitter at all. It's if anything, you should be more angry than us
because he's not doing what he said he would fucking do. It's like picking between two chocolate bars. You open one and there's a shit inside of it. You're like, oh, well, I didn't know that until I opened it up. So,
what a fucking analogy, Jesus.
And let's not forget, the other chocolate bar was fucking homeless boy Jeremy Corbyn, so it wasn't really going anywhere. Anyway, bad choice in hindsight, wasn't it?
What are you going to fucking do?
I thought that was a bit fucking a bit shitty of someone to tweet.
But
of
that's
course,
what people will do now. They'll be like, "Oh, you voted Tory. It's like Brexit voters, isn't it? Oh, look at you. Well, look what you done to this country.
yeah.
Fuck off."
Yeah,
people have a right to vote. That's the whole point of it. You can't just fucking start bringing people down. Bringing them down in flames because of what their choices on what to vote. It's a democracy. Freedom of speech. Okay? Just fucking let people get on with it. They're not the people pulling the fucking trigger.
What I will say, though, and we have also said this before, is that if you do vote for the same party without actually making a thing, so for instance, if you vote Conservative all the time, regardless of who's in charge, what their policies are, or who the person is, then fucking think about voting Labour and stuff the next time round. And of course, vice versa, because I can almost with 100% certainty say that I will be voting for Keir Starmer over anyone that is on the Conservative side.
You've got to have a think about it, though, each time. You know,
It's
not like you just go, "Oh, Sony or PlayStation."
Yeah.
It's,
yeah, exactly. Yeah. And, they've all got fucking shit going on. They've all, had prostitutes done cocaine when they were in school and stuff like this. But
haven't we all?
Haven't we all? apart from Theresa May, who just runs through fields constantly. Okay, so there we go. There's the bit of fucking government stuff. Ed, let's go into media. I'd realised we're fucking things up and doing it in a weird order today, but the first article is you saw Thor earlier.
Yeah, not long got back.
Fun fact, I've never seen a Thor film.
Have you not?
No.
Oh, okay.
I almost said Thor film.
The first one's all right. Second one's a bit of a drag, and then the third one is absolutely fucking fantastic.
Okay, this being number 3, yeah?
Yeah, that's
okay.
Thor Ragnarok was and then Thor Love and Thunder. Love and Thunder?
Love and Thunder.
Thunder. Love and Thunder is the fourth one that I've just gone to see, but it's the same director as the previous one. I just think everything he does is brilliant.
Okay, who is it? Sorry, everything he does.
Taika Waititi. He's directed. If you go on Netflix and search for Hunt for the Wilder People, because it's a bloody brilliant film.
Okay.
But that's it's worth having a look at. I thought it was all right. The film, I don't want to, go saying, "Oh, it's the best fucking thing ever." I still think Ragnarok is a lot better of a film than this one was. There's some bloody good acting in it. Christian Bale was great in it as the baddie. Natalie Portman, she was great. Everyone in it, it's great acting throughout. I'm not sure if it was the pace that was kind of like a bit off for me, but it's still an enjoyable film. It's worth watching. It's a thoroughly enjoyable film. And if you like your Marvel films, you like Thor, I think you'll appreciate it. But I think there's definitely been better ones out there.
Okay, right. Well, there you go. That's Marvel Films 101, isn't it, really? Mm-hmm. Cool. And Thor's still got a hammer, I assume?
One of them has.
One of the Thors?
Moving on.
Okay. All right. Okay, sure.
You've not even seen a trailer, then?
No.
Okay. All right.
Have very little interest in them. Okay. I don't know.
In the trailers, you see his ex-girlfriend who was in it, Jane Foster. She in the comics. I'm not going to do one of those things. In the comics, but they had Mighty Thor, which was Jane Foster, his ex-girlfriend. But they've brought in when you look at the trailer, what seems like. That is what's happened. So she's now holding the hammer, Mjolnir. So yeah.
Okay.
Well, have a look, watch film, see what you think.
Watch
film. You know what I'm like? I hate talking about it because I don't want to even.
Yeah. I mean, no. I'm sure everyone at this point's like, just stop talking about it.
Because by the time you've released this, we're recording this on the Thursday,
on the 7th,
and it's just come out. It's just come out on at cinemas.
Okay.
So
yeah, Dumbledore dies, everyone.
There we go.
Okay, right. Next article, and unfortunately, Ed, you're going to have to do this one again because I wasn't aware of who this is or anything. But a YouTuber called Technoblade dies from cancer, 23 years old.
He was quite a mainstream, prolific YouTuber, mainly for Minecraft content.
Okay.
God knows how long he's been doing it for. Have you got the age there? Because I haven't got the article up, unfortunately.
He's
23. Stage 4 cancer, and he's passed away. It's horrible news again. But he seems to have left a legacy. His parents are very proud of what he did, and I can't remember the name of his final video. It might be on that article.
It's called So Long Nerds.
It was So Long Nerds, yeah, and it's got a bit of a moving speech from his dad as well.
Oh, that's his dad. I was like, he doesn't look like he's 23.
No, but
Sorry.
yeah, his dad did it for the final video on his YouTube channel. It's sad, but people enjoyed what he did, and good on him. I mean, he's done it all, and fair play to him. But it's still sad.
Very, very sad. I mean, I genuinely really want to play Minecraft, and have done for quite some time. Also, I would like to add to this. I don't know if you've ever had this thought, Edward. You probably have, but it's a dark one. Do you ever think of all these videos and stuff that we release as a bit of a legacy? They will live on, and people that remember us or whatever will still continue watching those and re-watching them even after we're gone.
No.
Well, because they don't fucking watch them now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Maybe it'll be like bloody Leonardo da Vinci, not DiCaprio.
I think everyone wants their content to make a change, don't they? And as you say, it sounds dark, it sounds selfish, but for people to remember the content that you do, I think that's perfectly normal. It'd be great, but I don't think anyone wants us to stand around in the back garden after going through charity shops.
Sorry, I didn't necessarily mean. Do you ever think that you're going to be amazing and stuff like that?
Oh no,
but
I'm sure people will stumble across it still after we're gone, but I don't think it's going to be significantly remembered.
Yeah,
prove us wrong.
Prove us wrong. We got one more sub today, right?
Oh. That's the first one this year.
It literally is. Stranger Things 4 Volume 2. If you have watched it, great. If you haven't, give us, let's say, 10 minutes. Skip 10 minutes, all right? Okay, Edward, what did you think?
I enjoyed it. I don't think I've got anything else to say on it. I enjoyed it.
Okay.
When we were talking about the last one, you were talking about, they said they released the trailer. Do you remember when I referenced Never Ending Story and I said I didn't want to spoil it for you because you haven't watched the trailer?
Okay.
But we didn't know the song at the time, but it was a bit with him standing on top of the mobile home, play the guitar, and everyone was trying to figure out what it was. What was it by the finger movements on the trailer? And there's so many people guessed Master of Puppets.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
It was great. It was one of the top choices. I think that one of them was Paranoid by Black Sabbath as well. But yeah, when as soon as you heard the beginning of it, I was like, wow. But I was worried that it was just going to be too much of that musical number. Let's call it that. But that worked in the last series, Let's do it in this season as well. But it was fucking awesome.
It was good. Yeah. It sent shivers down my spine. That was obviously one of the highlights. And also, being a metalhead and someone who grew up listening to Metallica when they were good,
you're right.
It was fucking amazing, having that in there. And, we had a conversation last time about Kate Bush earning so much money. Yeah, of course, Metallica are now. Don't care so much about that because they're already fucking billionaires. But what I will say is that I'm really happy that those older 80s Metallica albums are now going to get listened to by some budding metalheads.
The good stuff. Good stuff. Yeah,
they're not just going to listen to this, new age bloody whatever the fuck it is.
And Justice for All. I mean, that's
the one without any bass, but the best drum sound.
Yeah.
So I'm really happy with that. Unfortunately, because I told everyone we got to talk for 10 minutes, we still got another 7 to talk about it.
Can you not just edit over it and just go
just put up
minutes? So obviously there's a big kick-off now. This is what's fucked me off. I've read it today. Ooh. Fans have started a Kickstarter. I can't remember his bloody name now, but to bring him back. What was his name in it?
Eddie Munson.
Eddie Munson. Yeah. To bring him back. They've done a Kickstarter saying, "Oh, the writers need to bring him back." I'm sorry, but you just because you watch it and you're fans doesn't mean you can have every say in what single thing happens.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
otherwise, what's the point in?
Yeah.
I
mean, so, he was a really good character. As I said, I'm a metalhead. I related to him. He was cool. Mm-hmm. I do also understand that someone needs to go for dramatic effect, and it needs to hit home. The only reason why you liked that series so much was because it hit you so hard, because it made you cry, whatever it was. And if they just brought him back in season 5, then the next time you watch season 4, you'd be like, he's fine.
But I mean, the point is, he's brought in, and you really associated with the character, you loved the character that much, and when he died it impacted you, which means that's good writing. And they have killed him off and you have been impacted by it, so don't bring him back.
I'm not saying that I didn't like this series before I make this statement, but what I will say is that there's one thing I didn't like about it, and that is for me, one of the very best things about the first 3 seasons are that they all start with something and they end that thing, right? So in the first one, you had the Demogorgon. In the second one, you had the Demi-Dogs, that Demo-Dog, sorry. Then in the third one, you had the Mind Flayer and the Russians. And at the end of each of those seasons, they killed them. The Demogorgon turned to ash, the dogs got fucked by Elle, and of course, Billy took a hit for the, the Mind Flayer and all that at the end of season 3. And then in this one, it literally feels like 4 and 5 are conjoined, seasons, which is fine. I get that, but then surely there must have been something they could have done to give you a sense of completion at the end of this.
They actually, they've spoken about that, and they said that they know it's the first one that's got like an open end.
Oh, I didn't realise they actually headed that off.
Yeah.
What was their conclusion? What did they say?
Well, their conclusion is they know that it's carrying on that, and they know that people are doing it. They're just like, just trust us on this, basically. Yeah. It will carry on, and they expect the next season to have fewer episodes. But they are saying that because the last episode of this one was 2 hours long or something.
2.5,
2.5. They said expect that again, because they've described it as you're going to have like a Lord of the Rings style ending, where it's because it's got to wrap each character up. It's going to be a long one. But before that, it's probably going to be a shorter length than this season just gone.
Okay, yeah. I mean, that I do like the feature-length episodes. As someone who really likes the acting, the characters, the music, absolutely everything about Stranger Things. I mean, it's definitely up there with some of my top series, and I can definitely go ahead and say I'll be watching the whole thing through probably for the rest of my life. Now and again. So that I want to get merch. I want to get some things that are Stranger Thingsy. I love it. But I can't remember where I was going with that. Oh, yes, that's where I was going. The longer episodes, I like it. You get more content, of course. And because it drags it out, sure, I don't mind that because I like it. Please, make it longer. But what I didn't like was the variation in episodes, because you couldn't then say, oh, yeah, I've got an hour before I record with Ed. I'm going to quickly watch an episode or whatever, because you don't know.
Thank you. I was watching something else a while back. For the life of me, can't remember what it was, but they're all different length. And I'm like, I think it might have been like Mandalorian on Disney Plus or something like that. And they were all varying lengths. And I'm like, you don't know if how much time you got before or after without planning ahead. The other thing I wanted to say very quickly is, so the Duffer Brothers who created it, they've now started their own production company called Upside Down Productions, I believe. Yes. And one of the first things on their project is a project list is a Stranger Things spin-off.
Yes, saw that, and the picture on that article has got a picture of Marty. Was that his name, Marty, the guy that speaks Russian and stuff? Fucking forgot.
I'm terrible with names. Yeah, it's gone.
I think it was Russian What's the show called? Stranger Things. Okay.
Good start.
Fucking hell, he's not actually Russian though, is it? Oh, Russian Beardy. There we go. No, Murray. Okay.
Murray.
Yeah. Murray Bauman. So, yeah, he's the actual picture on the thumbnail. Of course, literally all Duffer Brothers have said is, yeah, we're going to make a spin-off and this is the name of our new production company.
They've said not even Netflix knows what it's going to be about yet.
No. And, I mean, part of me hopes that, well, actually, I don't know if that's true. It'd be good if they took Upside Down Productions away from Netflix. Not necessarily, it still can be on Netflix, but it's just, I don't like that everything that Stranger Things has, like everything, like from Monopoly sets to t-shirts, has the Stranger Things logo and then down the bottom it says Netflix.
Yeah. It does annoy me as well.
Yes.
Sometimes it annoys me, like if you buy Doctor Who merch, it's got a BBC logo on it. Why? Because it's a BBC production. I don't know, it just annoys me. I mean, it's not as obtrusive as a massive Netflix thing on it.
Yeah. Okay, so finally, in the media, before we get to some odds and sods, we've got Bryan Cranston and Aaron Paul. For those of you who don't know, those are the two stars from Breaking Bad, spotted handing out mezcal samples in Costco. Now, mezcal is a type of booze. Is it tequila?
I believe it's something along that variety, yeah. I'm sure neither of us are Googling this right now.
I've got the article open.
It's a Mexican spirit. But the thing I found brilliant about this is because everyone seems to be doing it now, don't they? They're all producing their own booze and things like that. And it just doesn't seem to end. I mean, great, Bryan Cranston, Aaron Paul, good job on you. But when does it end? Everyone seems to be doing it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Sorry, mezcal is actually the type of beverage made from a type of maguey. I don't know. It's probably a fucking Spanish word of some sort. But some fucking Spanish word. Nice, Tory boy. Nice. Yeah. All right. Related to tequila. So there you go. It's got to be close to that. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, you're absolutely right. They're all fucking doing it. The Rock's actually got his own tequila. Yeah. Ryan Reynolds has got his gin. Dan Aykroyd has got his vodka. Yeah. James May's got gin. So, yeah, they've all got something going on. However, the first thing that hit me when I first saw this, because I saw this, not necessarily this particular article, but I just saw them marketing this alcohol before you showed me this article with them actually marketing it in Costco. Yeah. Is it's branded in like a New Mexico sort of Albuquerque way, right? It looks Mexican. And they have that vibe because, of course, Breaking Bad and everything is set like that. Yeah. But Aaron Paul is from Idaho and Bryan Cranston's from California. It's just so funny to me that they've adopted this whole persona that we think of them. We look at them, we go, yes, New Mexico vibes, the Mexican stuff, all that stuff. Just neither of them are from anywhere near
Take a look at the pop-up tents and restaurants for Los Polo Habano and things like that.
Yeah.
No one thinks anything about. Don't mention Better Call Saul because I've still not caught up on it.
Oh right, okay, no problem. I finished that last night.
Okay, good.
Right, get watching. But yeah, no, I'm actually. Those two have got such good faces. I know that Bryan Cranston is one of the nicest and most friendly people in media. So I mean, him making money, and I don't see anything wrong with that. But you're right. I don't understand why they're all making booze now. All of a sudden, it's a bit weird. Probably because one's successful, so they feel like they're stupid if they're not, you know. I also love the idea of them in a factory wearing their Breaking Bad outfits making it. Okay.
This is going to work.
Okay, I have a few bits in the odds and sods to talk about here. A couple of which are quite serious, and then we'll finish on a would you rather.
Okay.
The first one I've simply just put in the thing here, addiction. Now, I am, and this might seem stupid to people that have, that smoke, that drink, that eat shit food, because I actually do it in a very small amount. But I have to have come to terms with myself last weekend that I do have a problem. I literally, I secret eat, like on my way to work. I'll stop off at the supermarket. I'll not only get an all-day breakfast sandwich, which is just because it's the fucking biggest one, but also because I'll get the wraps as well, and I'll actually have them together. But I'll make sure I eat the wraps before my other staff members get in, so they don't know, and they just see me eating the breakfast sandwich, which they think is actually already a bit much for breakfast. I do drink. I drink. Most, and the issue is by my own, like on my own, like a Friday night, nothing planned. I'm just gonna drink. It's the end of the week. Blah blah blah. That's my excuse. I'm getting fucked. So that's a bit shit. I smoke. I smoke when I drink, but I also smoke probably about 2 to 3 cigarettes a day. I have done. I think the most I ever smoked was probably between 7 and 10 cigarettes a day when I was probably around 20 to 26 or something like that. And that's ever since I was 16. Now, I don't have any respiratory issues. I don't, like some people when they quit smoking, they cough up stuff, you get tar coming out and all this stuff. You stink of fags all the time and everything like that. I don't have that. And even to the point where the doctor, when I went for an unrelated something, he would say, "Oh, do you smoke?" And I say, "Yeah." And he said, "Oh, how many?" I say, like about maybe 3 a day. And he's like, "Oh, right, you don't really smoke then." I'm like, okay, well, he's basically got a green card to go for it. But also, the other side of that is, well, why? Like, what the fuck are you getting out of 3 cigarettes a day? So I finally decided to turn my life around a bit. And I'm saying this on the podcast, because then you guys know. And because by saying it publicly means that people might ask me questions about it. And if they do, then that's going to mean, I can't just say, "Oh, yeah, actually, last night I had a bottle of vodka and a pack of 20, because then it looks like, oh, Mike's a failure and I'll just be fucking embarrassed. So that's why I'm saying it publicly for myself. But also I want to motivate everyone out there viewing to come to terms with stuff maybe that you could change. So I'm fucking about 20 stone. And that didn't happen magically. I don't do anything. I drive to and from work. I sit at a desk. I come home. I sit at a desk. And I eat. Well, actually, for lols, I did my worst day, in quotes, which would be like all-day breakfast sandwich, a big lunch, get home, Chinese takeout for dinner, a load of beers after that because it's a Friday night or whatever. And it came up to like 8,000 calories. And recommended daily allowance for a male is 2,500. So not really. Obviously, I mean, I may be sure I have done that a few times in the past, but regularly I don't do that. But there you go. That's just how bad it can get. Anyway, so yes, I am saying this because I'm hoping that it'll inspire some of you to maybe think about your habits and things. And even though it's only 3 cigarettes a day, and even though I'm not sneaking a hit flash to work, and I'm not drink driving and rolling the car or whatever like that, it is habit, it is an addiction, and I need to make a change, because by the time I'm 50, if I carry on doing this, I will have issues. So that is why I'm saying it. I hope that well, I was thinking, Ed, I don't know about you, I don't know if, because it's a bit of a different vibe, but I was thinking about starting a channel in our Discord where I can post regular updates on maybe weight loss or things that I've done, or, say things, and we can all help each other and motivate each other to some sort of level.
You could definitely do that if it's something that you're not feeling, that comfortable with on our Discord. I'll just say that I know that Dave, Rose Tinted Spectrum's got something similar on his Discord as well.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, but if it helps you, then that's great. I mean,
yeah.
I may also use it occasionally because, apart from the 2 stone I lost by having a stomach bug and shitting myself, I'm getting back in the right direction.
Yeah,
it's taken a lot, but I'm getting back in that direction. I've got a bloody long way to go.
Yeah,
but there we are. I mean, I'm going to step in the right direction though.
Yeah, and it's about when you're comfortable, and even if it fucking suits, No one is getting judged or anything around here, but that's just what I want to do. I'm fed up of, getting a funny chest feeling, or, oh, what's that? Or, oh, that's gone funny, or I've got a regular headache or something, and then thinking, oh, I've got cancer. I'm going to die. That's a blood clot. I'm going to have a stroke tomorrow.
When you start thinking about it, because in the back of your head you're not doing it, you're not being healthy, you're not doing things right.
Exactly,
there's nothing wrong with going out and getting absolutely shit-faced every now and then, but not like all the time. I used to, years and years ago, 14 years ago, I used to have a drink every night. But it was only like I'd crack up a can in the fridge, and I'd probably drink half of it and leave the rest of it there. Not touch it. Touch it. And then afterwards I'd go, oh, that's warm. Well, that's been there for ages, and then just not drink it. But because I was doing that every night, and there would be nights where there's no beer in the fridge, and I'd walk, because I wasn't driving at the time, I'd walk to the garage around the corner, spend an extortionate amount on beer just to do the same thing. I stopped. I don't drink at home very often. Says the guy who's got 2 empty bottles of wine on his desk.
And a bottle of gin behind you.
Well, that's rum, actually. That's whiskey. That's rum.
And a beer on the top shelf.
There we go. I don't drink up. That's why they're there, because I don't drink them often. I don't like to. I mean, like, if it's a social event, I'll do it. But luckily, I'm not a social person.
I know what you mean, man. And so there you go. That's that. I'm going to make a channel. I don't know what it's going to be called yet, but I'll put a little message in it. For those of you who aren't on the Discord, just have a look on Twitter for Pocket Knockers. Ask, DM, at us, whatever you want. We'll get invited to it. There you go. Also, sort of along with this, but two things that have relatively changed my life in the near past, should I say, are arse wipes and soap. Now, what's happened to
She just nodded off and
right.
then woke up. She's doing it again. Sorry, laughing at the cat.
I've seen you do that. Okay, arse wipes and soap. For those of you who don't know, you could wipe your ass with toilet paper. Quite a lot of people then use baby wipes after that to spruce their ring piece a little bit, especially people like me who have a particularly deep crevice and maybe quite a few tangles going on as well.
Oh, yeah. You don't want the claggy bits.
You don't. It wasn't until maybe a year ago that I found out that arse wipes are a thing. Toilet wipes. They're in the toilet paper aisle. They're flushable wipes. So all this time I've been, maybe not me, but someone I know has been flushing baby wipes and stuff like that because they just don't simply care and would rather have a clean ass. So they actually do make them. I found them out about a year ago. Something that no one told me. I haven't seen them advertised anywhere, but please use them. Soap. I usually use gel sort of based soap, like it comes in a bottle, you squeeze it into your hand and then rub it over your bell slice. Literally just your bell slice, though. I've now recently, in the past 3 months, gone back to a bar of soap. I use like a pom-pom, like a loofah sort of scrubby thing. I scrub it against it, get it all frothy, and I rub it on my body. Works the same, of course, but it works. It's much more cost effective. I would say also that I feel and smell better. I don't know why, but I haven't even felt this way since I was a kid, but like squeaky clean, It sounds weird. I do shower every day and I shower thoroughly. Ed's looking at me like,
I'm just trying to imagine you squeaking as you walk or something.
You're
just your arm brushing along the side, causing that squeaky clean sound.
I thought we were going to go for leather trousers. A bar of soap. I have tried like Lush's like super natural sort of environmentally friendly stuff. It's fine, it does work, but it doesn't make you squeaky clean. It's also horrendously expensive. So there's a brand called Bulldog, which is all paper, there's no plastics or anything, it's all friendly to the environment, but it's actually pretty good. So there you go. Maybe try a bar of soap next time, especially if you do use a loofah, because it froths up just the same as fucking shower gel anyway. Ed, you got anything to add to this? Have you discovered anything recently or in the past year or so that you think people should know about?
I wash myself in toilet cleaner.
So you're not actually grey. That's just naturally because you bleached your hair.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it keeps me clean, keeps the drains clean, keeps the fish dead.
Yeah, keeps the fish dead. Is that the one out of The Simpsons?
Yeah. No, I haven't really not thought of it at all.
No.
There's certain things that I do get worried about, like the laundry pods and things like that, because they're always told about like how the conditioner is like, do you really need it? Is it that it's the dangers to the environment? But yeah. But
we just use like powdered detergent.
Yeah.
We don't use softener.
Oh, the one I've heard about is the facial scrubs that you get.
Oh, the little plastic bits.
The little plastic bits in it. Yeah, they're
like
supposed to be fucking
Clearasil.
awful. Yeah, they're supposed to be bloody awful, those things, those little plastic things.
And let's not forget the worst thing for the environment is trawlermen fishing and dragging their nets across the ocean and literally fucking the entire ocean ecosystem up, and then leaving all their rigging and plastic nets and everything out in the ocean to then clag up. And I think, did you watch that Seaspiracy thing? Basically, it just said like 90% of the plastic that we're all told about. You know, you get straws in turtles' noses and all that fucking sort of shit. But actually, 90% of the plastics and shit in the ocean is from fishermen themselves. So, yeah.
Well, fuck me.
Yeah.
That's,
if they could not, that would be good.
Maybe if they could use those nets to like drag some of the fucking actual waste out of the sea.
Yeah.
Nice one. Once you've finished your job, just have a little sweep round.
Yeah. And finally, everyone, now we've finished being environmentally, fixing the world, and also, the government. Let's have a would you rather. Ed.
Go on.
Now, this is quite a stipulation here. There is, still openings for you to modify these two options at request. We'll see how it goes. Would you rather drink a camper van's piss reservoir after a whole, weekend of people pissing in it and stuff like that? And we're talking the sort of like, if you were to bring it up to your nose to smell it, your eyes would burn, that sort of thing. Or the entire contents of a dog waste bin from a park.
Fuck. Is it a full dog waste bin?
Yeah, both are full, yeah.
Both full.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
And those bins, they always get full to the point where the lid doesn't close properly.
Yeah.
There's always someone who puts a bag hanging off the corner.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's your
to be fair, I do that like with tea bags in my kitchen bin as well. I'm like, I ain't going out. Someone else is going to do it.
Someone else.
Someone else.
Flora.
But the thing is, when I lived on my own, I'd still do that.
Yeah.
So I'd be like, someone else will do it. I'm not going to do it. Shit. I think I'd have to go for the piss.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just the thought, the dog shit.
Because it's got texture, isn't it?
Yeah.
Also,
exactly.
I don't know if you'd have to eat the carrier bags too. Like, would you just? Because it would be like putty in a carrier bag. You just take a bite out of it.
They should be. They're biodegradable these days, so it should be fine.
That's true, actually. Yeah. Of course, the other option is you could put something in the piss to make it better, or you can indeed cook the shit.
Cook the shit. Get the griddle out.
Yeah. Would you? What would you do? What if modification like that was allowed? What would you? How would you spruce?
I'd have a slice of lime on the side of the container. Yeah, just one slice, and a little umbrella.
Maybe you could just cut that slice into halves and then put one up each nostril. Try and
I'd still vomit profusely. I'm still actually feeling a bit sick right now.
Sorry if you are, listeners and viewers. To be honest, even if you were to drink that much water, you would probably still be sick afterwards. Where to the point where if you just held your mouth open and then just went like that, it would just come out of your mouth.
What if I bought a Brita? If I did it in bits through a Brita?
I mean, isn't that just what a liver does?
Yeah, but it means I don't have to fucking taste the shit.
Do you reckon a Brita filters piss to drinking?
It's got to be worth a go.
Oh, I sense a no pocket knockers video coming out.
Got piss in a Brita.
We'd have to get a knockoff Morrison's one because not spending 20 quid on a fucking.
I'm going to do some t-shirts that says "piss in my Brita."
Piss in my Brita. Here's some news that'll piss in your Brita. Okay, right, fucking nice one, man. Look at Wonder, just been perched there, still probably just trying not to wander off this whole time.
She's fine. Frank's chilling out just behind the monitor.
Wow, you're just a cat fucking demon now, aren't you? So
I've always had 2 cats.
I know, yeah, but you just can't live without them.
No, I can't.
No. Aww. And I mean, I must say, just by looking at you and Wonder now, she seems a lot more calm. I remember Frank at this point. Like, he would still be up and climbing over you.
Oh yeah, they're both absolutely, yeah. Frank's absolutely mental, but
but
you've got to give him space. But so they've been doing the scent things, you do like scent swapping things like that, and they've been all right. Like, first time I've actually heard Frank do a little hiss. Yeah. But I mean, earlier on, he was sat on the chair and she was on my lap, and they're fine being in the same room. She started trying to bat at his fucking tail.
Oh, okay.
And his response was to look back at her, and then it's like he was almost trying to taunt her with his tail.
Ah, right. Okay.
And then he got up later on and he walked around her and started trying to do the same to her tail.
Okay.
So I mean, they're not like, you can't just leave them unattended, but it's they seem to be getting on all right together.
Yeah. And how do you look after a cat like that in this age? Do you keep her in like a box or something at night, or
keep her in a box?
Yeah,
my son's room. She's in my son's room at the moment.
In my room,
So she's got her own tray, and she's got her own tray and food upstairs.
Yeah.
But she's at the moment just because she's got to have her own little quiet area.
Yeah.
So she's got some space in my son's room.
Yeah, and it's got Chromecast in there as well, hasn't it? So
she can watch anything she wants. Yeah, we've got subscriptions to everything. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much for listening and or watching, everyone. I hope you've enjoyed this one. From Wonder, Ed and myself, we'll see you next week. All right?
Goodbye.
Bye.
Right, I'm going to take this off to Cat's Protection now we're done.